Howdy, Possum Patty here, and this is my special March Angel number 2. This is for Daniel, my nephew, who was stillborn in March, and I made him a special garden with flying butterflies. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to show you how I made this very special page for my special angel. Okay, so to get started on my flying butterfly page in memory of my nephew who was stillborn, I think I'm going to put it right across from this very pretty spring page. And I've been gathering up a few elements, and I have this garden page. I'm going to cut down to fit like this. And I have 2 of these sheets. And I also have some flowers that go along with it. And I have a sweetest little angel to represent Daniel. I have his name spelled out in flower letters, but this might be too big. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And then also this matches, they didn't come together, but the green and the pink flowers kind of matches this. And it says, "Always in my heart." And I have some butterflies. I have several different kinds of butterflies, and I finally settled on these, which are from the Walmart, because of the pastel colors I thought would go nice with this page. My other butterflies are kind of brighter colors, you know, like the kind of metallic-y ones I put on this page over here. So I thought some pastel butterflies would be pretty. And then I took a piece of packaging. You know, this is like the vacuum pack that products come into, the heavy plastic window. And I didn't measure precisely, but I just cut one of them into strips about all the same size. I don't even know how many because I just went across and cut one of these. But these are looks like they're about 1/2 inch. And I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got about 13 of these. But I've got another sheet in case I need some more, so I'm going to stick that up there so I don't lose it. And I probably won't use all of these because I'll be just putting some butterflies. And I'm going to cut these down to different lengths. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the background to size, but not glue it down, because I want to put on the piece that holds the butterflies first, and then glue this on top of it. Okay, I cut my background to size, but I'm not gluing it down yet. I'm going to make the brace for the butterflies. And the first thing you need to do is test your paper to see which way the grain is running. It's much easier to fold the paper this way than this way. There's more resistance this way. So I want it with the grain because I'm going to be making an accordion fold. And this is not quite as long as the page, but that's okay because the butterflies are going to be up in the air anyway. So I'm going to cut this 3 inches wide down that way. So I cut my cardstock 3 inches wide, and every 1/2 inch I scored the paper. I'm going to do an accordion fold. Very simple accordion fold. You're going to start on the end by folding it in. Okay, then you're going to go out and back. Just a very simple accordion fold. Very easy. So when you're done, the middle two are pointing up. And this is where you're going to place the acetate that's going to hold the flying butterflies. And these two parts are going to be used to glue down to the page. So the next step, after you do your accordion fold, is to glue these two center supports together. And you want to leave the ends flat out for gluing down on the page. And then I'm going to put this on top of that like that. I'm going to use my tacky glue and just put it in the two gullies. Like this. Put these together. I cut my little angel out, and he's going to sit down here in the garden. And I have my mechanism here for adding on my flying butterflies. And one tab of this is going to go under the background paper. And I have my little acetate strips, and they're going to go in the center here and then get glued down. So all that was pretty easy. Now comes the hard part. Which butterflies and where are they going to be? So where's my butterfly stickers? Now the butterflies should be double-sided because they're going to pop up. So you want a butterfly on both sides. So I have two sets of stickers. So each butterfly has a match. And they're going to go right on the acetate. I want to put one, well there's one there where his eye is looking. And maybe another one way over here. Now, how am I going to do this? All right, I'm going to cut these out and arrange them to how I want them. Okay, this is what I'm going to aim for. I don't know how it's going to come out, but this is what I'm going to aim for like this. So what I have to do is cut the acetate to different lengths and then attach the butterflies. And when I have that all set, then I'm going to attach the acetate into the center of my little brace for the butterflies. This might be a little bit hard to see, but I'm just taking the strip of acetate there and cutting it to the length that I want, putting a little dab of fabri-tac on there. Putting my butterfly on, flipping it over, putting a little dot on the back. Putting my other butterfly on so that all the butterflies are two-sided. So this is somewhat like the original plan. I know it's hard to see here. Okay, what I'm going to do is glue them into the center right there. So I'll just be gluing them in like that, and I'll be using the fabri-tac because these are plastic. You want to make sure that the butterflies aren't going to touch each other when they start flying around. So you got to leave some room between the tip of the butterfly above it and the strip below it. So I'm going to space these out. Like so, and then I'm going to glue them in. Okay, I put fabri-tac on both sides, and now I'm going to lay that in there. And as soon as I get them all lined up, then I'm going to close it up. Again, you want to make sure that one butterfly is not touching the acetate of the butterfly next to it. Okay, I'm just going to close this. Make sure they're all in there the right way. They kind of moved a little bit. That's one thing you got to watch out for when I close that up. While my flying butterflies are drying, I think I'm going to take these pencils, and these are Derwent Color Soft colored pencils, and just add a few highlights and lowlights to my little angel. Now, I did print him out on pastel paper, and I was thinking about using pastels, but then I changed my mind, and I'm just going to put just a little bit of color, using the background color as the mid-tone. I'm going to add a little white where I think the light is hitting. Now, pastel paper's got a little bit of a tooth to it to hold the pastel, obviously. And I want the wings to be wider. But I don't want to take out all these brown lines, so I'm not going to color everything. Now I'm just taking a little of the peach color, blending that on there. I just didn't want it all the same color. Could put a little of this over here. A little pink in the cheeks. A little darker color in the shadows. Go lightly at first, because you can always go back. Put some more color on afterwards. So everywhere you see little hatch marks, it's like a little shadow there. I think it just gives it a little bit more dimension instead of being all the same color. Put a little blush here and there. A little pink on the bottom. And let's give him blue, baby blue eyes. I don't know if I can color over that brown though. I guess I could a little bit. I'll put the black and white back in afterwards. And let's see, we need kind of reddish brown hair, reddish brown hair maybe. I glued the floral letters to the top, and I put a little bit of that sparkle glue around them. I gotta let that dry. And I finished coloring in the little angel. And I put a little bit of sparkle on the wing, and just a little sparkle in his hair. And I'm gonna let that dry. So now I'm going to work at the bottom of the page, and he's going to go over here by the flowers, but then I wanted to put some of the flowers in front and some behind. So I think maybe the butterfly over here, got to glue him down. I think I wanted to put them over here, right there. Now I cut these flowers out from the duplicate matching paper that I had. And I want to make these a little two-dimensional, so I was going to try a little bit of this tape. So there's the baby angel sitting in his little garden of flowers and his name. And now I got to go get the butterflies and see if they're dry. So I'm going to take the butterflies now, they're almost dry, and glue them down into the gully of the book right here. Then I'm going to glue this on right there. Then I think I'll cover this side up with a piece of ribbon. See the flying butterflies? So I added the finishing touch. You are always in my heart. And I can't close the page because everything is still wet. But when you close the page and then open it back up, you've got your flying butterflies and little angel baby in the garden. So thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.